We're gonna have to go with it. Okay. So as y'all can see, I'm making ribeye steak. Okay. Okay, there's nobody here yet, but as y'all can see, my ribeye steak I have right here in my pan on this side, right here. We're just gonna let this get a nice sear on it. Okay. And I got bok choy right here. Remember I said we're gonna cook us up some bok choy. So I just washed these, so I'm just gonna pat these dry. Okay, we want to get all the water out of here before we put them in our pan. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dry these while we're getting a nice sear on our steak. I'm gonna add just a tiny bit of oil here, just a little bit. And this is a cast iron skillet that I'm cooking in. Okay, so these have been washed already. And I definitely got to go ahead and start cooking our rice. And I definitely was going to cook brown rice, but I couldn't find it. I'm pretty sure I have it, but I ended up having to go with jasmine rice. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some sesame oil. I got toasted sesame oil here that I'm going to put in this pot. Okay, just maybe like a tablespoon of sesame oil. Toast this up first. We're going to toast it. So I'm going to add about 1 cup of rice here. Okay, and I'm not going to rinse my rice off because I kind of want the starch to be left on here. Okay. I'm going to turn this heat up to probably like medium high. Because like I said, I want the rice to get nice and toasted before I add any type of liquid to it. And I'm going to check on our steak because we want this to be nice and want a nice sear, so it's not ready to turn over yet. And we're going to coat this rice with the sesame oil. Okay, so that all these like rice kernels will separate and they won't stick together That's one of the reasons I add oil first, so the rice doesn't stick. And then toasting the rice is just going to give it an extra flavor, along with that sesame oil. And remember, the sesame oil is toasted. Who is this? Okay, so we definitely want to get a nice sear on our steak. Okay. I'm just gonna lift these up real quick. I'm just gonna let that cook about 1 more minute before I turn it over. And you guys, like I said, make sure your bok choy is dry all the way after you wash it. Okay, this leaf looks a little wilted, so I'm going to cut this piece off. I'm just going to cut it. I'm just going to cut that part off that's wilted, because we don't want wilted leaves. Okay. And I'm also going to cut this piece here. Okay. But this is what our bok choy leaves look like, guys. Okay. They're still a little bit wet, but this is what they look like. And you can see this piece is a little bit wilted as well, so I'm just going to cut that off. Okay. We want our leaves nice and crisp. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some sesame oil as well to this pan here. So I'm going to turn this on pretty low. I'm going to add in some sesame oil here. And this iron doesn't cook too well. I think I'm going to place these down first. Put slits in here just so I can help them cook a little bit faster, okay? I'm going to turn them face down, okay? And let them cook in this sesame oil before I start adding in my garlic and my other seasonings. I want to say bok choy is like in the onion family, guys. Somebody knows, help me out. This is more like a Chinese vegetable. But these are packed with flavor. And we're also going to have some broccolini, which is like baby broccoli. That's what we're going to be having today. Okay, yes, I am crowding my pan. Okay. All right, so that's our broccolini that we have here. Now this is cooking fast over here for some reason. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna turn over our steak. Y'all see that spear that I have on my steak? That is what you want. Can y'all see that? I wish I could lift it up and take it to the camera, but see, okay, that's what it looks like. Y'all, don't try this at home, because these handles get very, very hot. So be careful. That's all I can tell you. Just be careful with that. Oh, I almost got myself, guys. Now, y'all got my spoon. Give it another. Now we're going to cook these broccolinis as well. So this is what this skillet is for. These are going to be also toasted in or cooked in sesame oil, just for flavor. So I'm going to cook them on pretty low. We're going to grab our sesame here. Not too much, guys. Not too much. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and toss it in here right here. And guys, while that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and add in my a little bit of fresh garlic. Okay, I'm going to add in some fresh garlic here, like broccolini. Okay. And I'm also going to add in some fresh chopped garlic to our rice, guys. So, we actually love garlic over here. So, can't get enough of it. And also to our bok choy. Okay. So that's that. Y'all hear that? I'll flip these over. Oh, all this is cooking so fast. I don't know if you can see this little toasted look on here. That's kind of what we want. We want them to all get pretty toasted, okay? Okay, we got them cooking in our sesame oil with our fresh garlic flavor. Once it reduces and cooks down, we're going to add some soy sauce in here. I do have less sodium soy sauce for those of you who are watching your sodium content. You can use that as well. Okay. Yeah. We just want to get these nice and tender. That's all. And I'll add some seasoning, but I'll do this at the end, guys. I'll add my seasoning at the end. Okay, we got our broccolini cooking back here. I'm going to go ahead and put a lid on here. I'm not adding any liquid to this. I just got it cooking in that sesame oil. That's it. Okay. And right now I'm going to start seasoning up my rice before I add in my liquid. So this is a little bit of Tony seasoning I'm adding. I'm also going to add in a little bit of garlic powder, some onion powder. I'm going to go ahead and add in some black pepper. Okay, just a little bit, not too much. Okay. And we want a nice toast on this broccolini here. I mean on this bok choy, y'all. I'm getting all confused, mixed up. Flip this over. Okay. I don't have any sesame seeds, but it would be a good idea if you wanted to add some sesame seeds in here. You could also do that. Okay, as well. So I'm going to stir up my rice one more time. Give it a nice stir. I'm going to turn up my heat to high. And when I turn my heat up and it gets nice and toasted like I like it, then I'm going to go ahead and add in some liquid. I don't see anybody. Who's on here? I'm blurred. Oh, you can't see me? And my signal isn't good? Guys, let me know, is it still blurry? It said add some extra love. Okay, what? You gotta tell me what's wrong with my signal. Is my signal not clear? Am I not clear? I think it's my lighting. My lighting might be bad. Let me see, somebody's saying something crazy. What does it say? I don't even know what you're saying. Can you write that in English? Please. Y'all can see I'm making ribeye steak. Look, look, look. These are ribeye steak that I'm making. Can you see? And this is bok choy. Bok choy in this pan right here. This is bok choy. Okay, with some jasmine rice. And then we have some broccolini that we're making. Okay, the jasmine rice is right here. I just toasted it with some sesame oil. And I do have some fresh garlic in here. So once this gets toasted like I like it, we're going to add some liquid to this, okay? And you could also add some fresh thyme in here if you like. But I'm not going to do that today. So I don't have a lot of chicken broth, but I'm going to add in some chicken broth to my rice. Y'all, the chicken broth is just going to give it some flavor. Now, I didn't have a lot of chicken broth, so I did add in some rice. I mean, in some water. Why did I say rice? So I'm going to go in with about 2.5 cups of water. Okay? And I'm going to give this a quick stir. Okay, I've already seasoned it up with the seasonings that I want. So now I am just going to put the lid on and cook this on low, okay, until it's ready. And that's all we're going to do with our rice, okay? Because it has all the seasoning that we need. Our steak are almost done, guys. I'm going to go ahead and take these off the stove. Because as you can see, we got them nice and brown like we like. Y'all see that? Okay, so that's how we want our steak to look. Okay, I'm going to put these on a plate. So I'm going to take them off the iron, and I'm just going to put them on our plate like here. And we're just going to let these rest. So this is what our steak look like after they've been cooked. You see the cooked steak here? This is what it looks like. These are 2 ribeye steak. So now that they're iron, we're just going to let them rest, okay? And I am going to turn this iron off. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm going to just remove this. And we can check on our broccoli. We also have broccolini over here. Oh, and I think I accidentally turned it off. Something off, which is crazy. But anyway. As you can see, this is what our bok choy looks like. It just needs to cook down just a little bit more. Once I cook it down a little bit more, I'll go ahead and add in the seasonings to it. Okay. Okay. And I got some fresh lime here. That I'm just going to cut up. And yes, I've already washed these, guys. I've already washed the lime. So I'm just gonna go ahead and season up my bok choy, okay, with a little bit of garlic salt. Now this is I'm gonna add in some sea salt. Now this sea salt, this is a violet sea salt. So this has like I think grape or something like that. So it just has a slightly different flavor than the regular pink sea salt. Okay, so I think that's enough salt because we're gonna go ahead and add in some light soy sauce in here while these are cooking. Okay, not too much, guys. Okay, like that. I'm gonna toss this around. And these are almost ready and almost cooked. Okay, we're gonna plate everything up once this is all ready so we can show you what everything looks like. Okay. But yeah, like I said, this is like I think a Chinese onion or something. What somebody said? What? A pinch of what? Lemongrass? Y'all, I wish I had some lemongrass. You know, if I were at Trader Joe's or somewhere, I would definitely get some, but I don't have some. Need a little more salt. Who needs a little more salt? This has a soy sauce in here, so I will definitely taste it at the end to make sure. You know, if you're watching your salt intake, you don't need all that salt. Plus, this is also has sesame oil, which anybody has ever cooked with sesame oil, they will tell you that sesame oil does add a lot of flavor to your food. Now you could add in some green onions if you like. I mean, you could add in a lot of things. I think that lemongrass would actually be a great complement to this dish. But like I said, the soy sauce works as well with the onion powder and the salt, and like I said, the sesame oil. So I think we're not going to play with the salt here. The rest of our food definitely has salt, especially when you get it to the jasmine rice. This is even highly. It definitely has, like I said, the Tony seasoning in here, which is high in sodium. It also has sea salt in there with garlic and sesame oil as well. So the only thing I'll probably do is add a pinch of lime juice in there. And that's going to be that for that. But you don't need to cook with all that salt. And a what? A pinch of happiness? Always happy. Is your name Happy? Happy, I'm always happy. I don't think you'll ever see me not happy, because I'm always happy. It's not lunchtime, but it's definitely going to be time to eat here in a little bit. Okay, I can guarantee you that. It's definitely going to be time to eat. Like I said, I do need to turn my heat up on my broccolini to get it going. I did add in some fresh garlic here. I will definitely add in some salt at the end, toward the end. Now you can add just some lemon juice. You can add just some parsley. And that works very well on that dish as well. So you cook how you like at your house. You know, I think that's what cooking is all about, is cooking to your liking. And you know, the people who know me know that my food is excellent. So okay, so I'm not going to cook these anymore because they are brown and toasted just the way that I like. And this works for us, you know. This may not work for you, so you do it the way it works for you. I'm going to go ahead and just add these in here. Okay, I'm just going to plate them up in here. Okay, so now we'll work on our broccolini. And like I said, I'll probably squeeze some fresh lime into our broccolini. Okay, I'll add a little bit more. And you can add lemon juice. You don't have to add limes. Normally I do add lemon juice instead of lime. Okay, here's our broccolini, guys. Okay. And we still want a nice crunch on our broccolini. Okay, I'm not adding any liquid to the broccolini. I'm just cooking them in a little bit of sesame oil and some garlic here. Fresh garlic at that. So I'm gonna put our lid on, and we're now waiting for our rice, and we're waiting for our steak. Who else is here? Okay, so it looks like everybody left out of the live, but guess what? We're still cooking. So once this is done cooking, then we can go ahead and turn the live off. But it's gonna take a minute for the rice to cook. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper to my broccolini. And I'm gonna add some salt. And this is also like a sea salt, but this is like a garlic-based sea salt. Instead of the one with the carrots and the grape seasoning. And y'all, it looks like I'm doing a lot, but it's not a lot coming out right now. So, that should be good. Yeah, it looks like I should have cooked the rice first. I might have to come back and show y'all like what it looked like. Okay, y'all, let's see what's going on with our broccolini. I want this to cook a little faster. So, where's my plate? Okay, y'all. Y'all see this broccolini? I'm gonna let it cook about 5 more minutes. Okay, just 5 minutes. Okay. Oh, somebody took the little thumbs up away. That's okay. That is all right. Okay. Y'all, I'm gonna put this back in here just to warm it up a little bit. So I'm gonna put this on the side just so we can have a hot plate. Okay. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay. Y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. I done showed y'all the steak. I done the rice. Y'all know how to cook rice. The rice is still cooking. So what I'm gonna do, like I said, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna go ahead and plate this up with the steak. Y'all can see the steak right here. This is one of the steak. Um, I just sliced it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and plate this up with the broccolini. Okay, a nice broccolini here. I'll put one more here. Okay, like that. Okay, so y'all see the steak and the broccolini right here. And then now I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of this bok choy on the side here. Okay. And if you wanted to, you can put some rice like right in the center of the plate. But the rice isn't cooked yet. So guys, like I said, there's nobody on here right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. And now I would show you the rice, but I think everybody knows how to cook rice. So it's pretty simple and self-explanatory. But I'm going to get off. And I may come back tomorrow or on another day. But thank y'all for watching the live. Like I said, the only thing we're waiting on right now is going to be the rice that's cooking. But here's your steak, the broccolini with the bok choy. And it's just taking longer than I thought for the rice. So I won't be showing that right now. So guys, I appreciate you watching. And I can come back either tomorrow or another day during the week. Alrighty, bye-bye.